Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy and I like to read a lot. And today I want to share my 24-hour readathon with you guys. I'm filming this on Saturday and I'm starting my readathon tomorrow on Sunday. I'm 30 years old and staying awake for 24 hours in one go. Those days are long behind me, so I split it up into 2 days, 12 hours on Sunday and 12 hours on Monday. And yeah, I just read and enjoy everything that I'm reading. I decided that I want to read as much physical books as possible because I have a lot of them and a lot of them are unread. So I picked out some books to read and I'm going to share them with you right now, and I will keep you updated throughout my readathon about the books I read and what I think about them. So this is the stack that I have for this readathon. On top is my Kindle. I will end with that one, or at least I will first share about the other books. So the first book I have for this readathon is The Butcher and the Wren by Elena Urquhart. I absolutely love her podcast. It's called, what's it called? Oh my God, her podcast is called, oh, this is so bad. I seriously don't know. Morbid. Her podcast is called Morbid and she's doing it with a family member, I think. But she is a pathologist herself and she wrote this book about a pathologist. It says, in deepest Louisiana, a serial killer with a taste for medical experimentation is completing his most ambitious project yet. The media call him the Butcher, and so far he's proved impossible to catch. With her encyclopedic knowledge of humanity's darkest minds and years of experience examining their victims, forensic pathologist Dr. Wren Mueller is the best there is, and yet this depraved new killer continues to elude her. I'm not going to read the entire blurb, but this is what the book is about, and I'm really curious about it because I actually love serial killer thrillers, and this is quite a short one, so I thought it would be perfect for this readathon. The next book I have picked out for this readathon is A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. I love T. Kingfisher's books. She writes really good protagonists. They are always a bit older, so around 30 or even older than that. Yeah, I'm really curious about this one, so I will share a little bit of what's on the blurb. It says, in this ordinary North Carolina suburb, family secrets are always in bloom. Samantha Montgomery pulls into the driveway of her family home to find a massive black vulture perched on the mailbox, staring at the house. Inside, everything has changed. Gone is the eclectic warmth Sam expects. Instead, the walls are a sterile white. Now it's very important to say grace before dinner, and her mother won't hear a word against Sam's long-dead and little-missed grandmother, who was the first to put down roots in this small southern town. So, the longer Sam stays, the stranger things get, and every day more vultures circle overhead. Yeah, it sounds really good, and I'm really curious to read it. The next book I have is The Murder Between Us by Tal Bauer. What I know about this book is that it's about two FBI agents, it's an M&M romance, and it's also a serial killer. So I will share a little bit of the blurb. I have no idea if you guys like it. If you don't like it, please let me know and then I will stop doing it. But it says, FBI agent Noah Downing had questions about his sexuality that a single night in Vegas should have answered. But Dawn finds him on a plane back to Iowa, back on the trail of a vicious serial killer who disappeared 6 years ago and has suddenly resurfaced. There's nothing like a murder investigation to escape an existential crisis. FBI profiler Cole Kennedy is still reeling after finding a heart-stopping connection with a seemingly perfect man, only for him to vanish. When he's sent to Iowa to profile the killer terrorizing America's heartland, he finds more questions than answers, both about the murderer and about Noah, the last man he ever expected to see again. So it's a serial killer thriller with romance. And I love so yeah, I'm going to give this one a try during my 24-hour readathon as well. And I also have Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha Shannon. I finished The Priory of the Orange Tree like a week ago, and this book is set in the same universe and it follows some characters from that book. I believe you can read all of the books in this series as standalones, so it doesn't really matter which book you read first. But I really love The Priory of the Orange Tree, but it was very long, and this is a very short book, and it's also very pretty, so I just wanted to share that as well. But yeah, so I thought I would give it a go because I absolutely love The Priory, gave it 5 stars, and I'm really curious to see where this story goes to. So that's the last physical book I have on the TBR for my 24-hour readathon. I might pick up something else. I'm a massive mood reader, so who knows, but these are the books I'm planning to read during 24-hour readathons when I have to do things that I can't sit and read, like eat or do something in my house, stuff like that. I like to put on an audiobook so that I can keep my timer running. And I'm currently listening to The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. So whenever I need to do stuff that I can't sit down for, I'll pop that on and yeah, listen to that for a while. And I'm also currently reading The Ark of the Cannibal by Ivy Ophelia. This is the 3rd book in the Poisoner series. And yeah, let's just say I loved the 1st book. I really liked the 2nd book. And I'm very, very blessed that this arc got in my mailbox. So I will be reading this in between the other books, I think. So yeah, I will start reading officially tomorrow, and I will keep you updated with what books I read. Maybe I'll do some updates in between, like while I'm reading the book, I will tell you what I thought of the book when I finished it. Yeah, so I hope you'll enjoy this 24-hour readathon with me. Okay, so I started my 24-hour readathon and I already deviated from the plan. That's so me. So I will catch you up on what you guys have missed so far. So I finished First Tilt by Lucienne Burr. I saw this on Sue Reed's her page, and yeah, when she says that I have to read something, I do. So this is described as heated rivalry meets A Knight's Tale. So it's basically heated knights, and I loved it. It's a novella, so I'm very sad that it wasn't longer because it was very good. We follow a knight that is common born and has worked his way up, and we follow a knight that is noble born and has everything handed to him in life. And they compete in a lancing competition. And well, there is some rivalry and it's also very heated. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I always struggle a bit with how to rate novellas because they're shorter, but I really loved it. So yeah, I also made myself an iced coffee because I did not sleep very well. And with making myself an iced coffee, I mean pouring it in from what it was already made to go, because I'm not a barista and I'm going to keep things honest on this page. So this is a ready-made Starbucks iced coffee and I put in some ice cubes. So that's the quality you can expect from me. And now I will stop deviating from my plan and I will start reading The Butcher and the Wren next. So I will keep you updated. I'm 1 hour and 15 minutes in. So let's see how many of these books I can finish today. Okay, so we're currently 2 hours and 15 minutes into the readathon, and I have something to say about this book. I'm at page 91, and yeah, I don't know. There's something about the writing style that isn't really gripping me. I mean, I'm at page 91, and even though there are already some murders, it does feel kind of dull. I'm not going to DNF it just now. I think I'm going to finish it anyway because it's less than 300 pages. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking so far. I don't really feel connected to the main character at this point, and I do think she's kind of annoying sometimes. So I'm really curious to see if that will change. But it's almost lunchtime, and my washing machine is done with its load. So I'm switching over to the Fellowship of the Ring so I can do some stuff while moving around. And I will catch you up later. Okay, so we're just about 5 hours into the readathon, and I finished The Butcher and the Wren. And unfortunately, this book didn't get any better for me. The conversations between the characters felt very off, like they would never happen in real life. And there were a lot of pop culture references. There were a lot of serial killer references as well, but I understand that because this is a serial killer thriller. But the pop culture references took me out of the story a couple of times because The Silence of the Lambs is mentioned a couple of times, Hannibal Lecter, but also Leatherface and some others. So I didn't really like that. And I never really connected to any of the characters. I thought the character of Ren, which is the FMC, I just didn't like her. I didn't feel connected to her. There were some things that just didn't make a lot of sense. I don't like to be all negative about a book most of the time. So I will give it that you can read in this book that Elena really does know her scientific stuff about bodies, decomposition, things like that, which she should because she works in this field. But I did enjoy that. So I'm giving this book 2 stars. I only give books a 1 star if I really hated them, and else I probably will have DNF them. So books almost never get a 1 star rating from me except your Wuthering Heights because I had to finish that for book club. But it was a 1 star. But this gets a 2 stars for me and I'm really disappointed. So to make sure that my next read is going to be fun, I chose A House with Good Bones from T. Kingfisher because T. Kingfisher never lets me down. So I'm going to start this and I will update you in a bit. Okay, we're almost 7 hours in, so I came back to give you guys another reading update. I'm about halfway in The House with Good Bones, and I knew it, but I'm loving it. I do appreciate that T. Kingfisher's books won't be for everybody, because her female main characters are always very quirky and weird. I identify with that a lot, so I always love them. The FMC is 32 in here, which is also very nice. I mean, I don't mind reading about 18 and 19-year-olds in fantasy books, but it's a bit easier to relate to characters that are my own age. So, yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this book. It's giving creepy vibes, but it's also lighthearted because T. Kingfisher has this kind of humor. Yeah, I can really appreciate it. So it's almost dinner time, so I'm going to pop on my audiobook again, do some chores, eat my dinner, and I will come back to you with an update when I finish A House with Good Bones. So, yeah, the reading journey is going very good this readathon so far, even though I have had a 2-star read. Sometimes that happens, we can't help it, but all the other books I'm reading so far are really good. I'll update you later. 9.5 hours into the readathon, and I finished A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher, and I loved it. I knew I would, and I'm really happy that I did. Her books are always so wonderfully weird, and I never can guess where her stories are going to and how they will end. And I love that because it keeps me on my toes. But yeah, I love this. It starts out as kind of a haunted house book and evolves from there. And yeah, if you like T. Kingfisher books, you should definitely give this one a chance because it was so good. I'll rate it probably around the 4 stars. And I still have 2.5 hours left for today, so I'm going to start The Murder Between Us by Tal Bauer. I think I will update you guys again tomorrow because I'll probably do some reading in bed also later tonight. So, yeah, that's it for today. I think it was a pretty good first day for the readathon, even though I still have 2.5 hours to go. I already finished 3 books. So, yeah, I'll update you tomorrow where I'm at with The Murder Between Us, and we'll see where it goes from there. So, it's Monday, it's almost 9 p.m., and I'm about to start the 12 hours for today, but I first wanted to update you guys about yesterday. I got to 41% of the Fellowship of the Ring, and I'm absolutely loving it. I love The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, but I had never read the books, so shame on me. So a couple of weeks ago, I listened to The Hobbit, and now I'm listening to The Fellowship of the Ring. And I chose to listen to them because I have them in my bookshelves, but Andy Serkis is the narrator, and that man is so insanely talented that it's just like we have a full cast of narrators because he's so good at all the voices. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying that. And I've made some progress in The Murder Between Us. I'm at page 121, and I'm absolutely loving this as well. I don't know what it is with me and books, but yeah, I just gobble them up. I love them. So we met both our male main characters, and they already met each other, obviously. There is a serial killer in play that's very, very interesting, and they can't catch him. So yeah, it's a romantic suspense, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So I'm starting my reads now, and I will update you later. Okay, next update. I finished The Murder Between Us by Tal Bauer and I absolutely loved it. I root even more for my gay boys than my traditional couples. I don't know what it is. I love it. I love this book. The romance was really good. Yes, it was insta love, but I don't really mind that. I mean, I love enemies to lovers and stuff like that, but an insta love, once in a while is fine by me. So yeah, I ordered the second book immediately because I did not have that on my shelves yet, and it will arrive on Wednesday, so then I can pick that up. Now it's almost time for lunch, so I'll be putting on my audiobook again to eat and to do some chores. The second day of a 24-hour readathon, I always read a little bit slower because I think my brain is just tired of reading. Well, not tired of reading, but tired. So I will listen to my audiobook for a while, and then after that, I will start Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha Shannon. Yeah, so that's the plan. Oh, and I really want to know, are you guys team leave the dust jacket on when you're reading a hardback or take it off? I always take it off because I don't like the feeling of it staying on and the book will be a little bit more slippery and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the plan. I will update you later. I have a little less than 3 hours left for this 24-hour readathon, and I just finished Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha Shannon. I really enjoyed this story. I already read The Priory of the Orange Tree before this one, so the characters we follow in this book we already know from that book, although this book takes place before that. And I really liked getting a bit more insight into the characters we follow into this book because they are more side characters in The Priory, and in this book, they are the main characters. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars. And now like I said, have a little over 3 hours left. I read all the books I planned on reading. I know I also said in my introduction that I was reading The Cannibal, but my brain feels very fried and I don't think I have the brain power left to read that. So instead, I decided that I'm going to start Breathe In, Bleed Out by Brian Macaulay. It's a slasher about a yoga retreat, I think, and I hope that it will take less brain power than The Cannibal. I also think that this is the last time I'll update you today, and I will update you guys tomorrow. Well, it doesn't really matter for you because you will be seeing this all in one vlog. I will update you tomorrow with how far I got with Breathe In, Bleed Out and what I think about it so far, because I don't think I'm going to finish it today, but we'll see. And yeah, that's it for today. The 24-hour readathon is officially over, and this is the recap. The first book I read was First Tilt. Well, I already started it before this readathon, and I finished it first. I loved it. It was about two rival knights falling for each other, and I can't wait for the full-length book because this was just a novella. The second book I read was The Butcher and the Wren by Elena Urquhart, and this one wasn't for me, unfortunately. I gave it 2 stars. I just was missing a lot in the book, so I won't be continuing this series. The next book I read was A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. I always love her books, and that was the same this time. I loved it. It was really weird. Her books are usually weird, but I love that. I gave this one 4 stars. The next book I read was The Murder Between Us by Tal Bauer. I loved this. This is Gay Criminal Minds. I can't describe it any better than that. And yeah, I gave it 5 stars, ordered the next book. It just got delivered, so you guys know what I'm doing after filming. Then I read Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha Shannon. This is a story from before The Priory of the Orange Tree about characters we met in that book. You can read the 3 books in any order. I started with The Priory because that was my book club pick for last month. But yeah, I loved this book. It was a shorty, but the characters in this book I already liked from The Priory, and I only like them more. I gave this book 4 stars. And the last book I read was Breathe In, Bleed Out by Brian Macaulay. I did not finish this during the readathon. I got to a page 174. I did finish it now, so I could update you guys what I thought about it. It's a slasher in a healing retreat. It was very good. I had a good time, and I gave this one 3.5 stars. I also listened to about 40% of the Fellowship of the Ring. I did not finish it yet because it's a long book, or at least the audio is long, and I listen at 2 times the speed, but it was still like 22 hours, so like 11 hours listening. So I'm not done with it yet, but I'm absolutely loving it. I loved the movies, and I'm loving the book as well, and especially with Andy Serkis's narration, because that man is so freaking talented. It's unreal. So yeah, that was my 24-hour readathon. I read a lot, and I had a great time. Tell me in the comments if you ever do 24-hour readathons and what you think about the books that I just read. That's all for today, and I will see you in my next video.